back, guys. Welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody. It's time to start our newest project here. This is our first official episode of the podcast. We're calling this the Sports Game Goodcast.
Sports Game Goodcast, all right.
Alright, are we doing this or what?
Yeah, I already clicked record. We're like 20 seconds in. Good job. Well, we're back to
no profanity.
We're back to the computer setups here. I got to learn how to do different track audios. That way, this doesn't look horrendous, and the audio levels will be right. So forgive me if this episode is not as good.
And then we can play Taylor Swift in the background of all our videos
and get copyright stricken. Heck yeah.
Yeah, but then we can fight in court, and we can meet Taylor Swift. So
I doubt that'll happen.
Speaking of meeting, she'll show up, and we'll call her to the stand, and we'll be like, we need to prove this is your music, so sing the song for us. And then we record that secretly in the courtroom. And then, since it's our recording, we can play it in our videos.
There we go. Except that'll probably get copyright stricken as well.
We have the rights to it because we recorded it.
Speaking of...
Doesn't matter that she owns the song.
Speaking of influential people we might meet, I got to meet some of the Hurricanes roster this past weekend. It was awesome.
Really? Who'd you meet?
I met Jordan Stahl, Sebastian Aho, Seth Jarvis. I met Mike Maniscalco from the Valley Sports Broadcasting crew. Pretty down-to-earth guy. It was awesome.
This week I met...
And then Jordan Stahl went on to have 2 points and Aho scored a hat trick last night. So I'd like to think that I had something to do with that, but obviously not.
This week I met one of the freshmen who just started our golf program here. So that was
Preston.
Cool. What?
You met a freshman?
Yeah. And he almost won the tournament.
Oh, I thought you said she. My bad.
No. I can't be over here getting sit down with Chris Hansen. That just can't happen.
So, let's see. We've had a lot happen since the last podcast episode. NFL season finished up.
We got the Super Bowl. We got March Madness. We had the Masters.
Has not been that long, thank God. But we're in the divisional run of the playoffs. We actually have 2 games on today. We know 2 of the championship teams. Don't know the other 2.
Yep.
We're about midway through hockey season.
We know the Niners will be there, and we know that the Bengals will be there, and we're just having to see if the Chiefs and the Jaguars, who it'll be between the Chiefs and the Jaguars, and who it'll be between the Eagles and the Giants. I personally think it'll be the Chiefs and the Eagles winning today, but we'll just see.
I think those games were definitely both yesterday. You might have missed them. Oh wait, that's right. Preston's from the future. Never mind. He knows. Preston's like the living embodiment of that LeBron James meme, where he knows everything that happens in the future.
I mean, throughout the entire playoff pool, I've only missed 1 game.
And I'm gonna take a guess. I'm gonna take a stab at it and say that was probably the Vikings and Giants game. It was either that or Jaguars Chargers.
It was Vikings Giants.
Yeah, I saw that one sort of coming. Though I thought the Vikings were frauds.
Yeah, I just thought the Giants were bigger frauds, but at least it makes me look better with my preseason prediction.
It
does. The Giants would be really good, even though they got squashed by the Eagles.
I had the Lions, and I mean, I wouldn't say I was too far off either. The Lions were pretty good this year.
Yeah, they were one of the best offenses in the NFL.
They were the first team. I mean, they were the first team out of the playoffs, I guess, or whatever you would call it. The last team out. So.
The last team out was the Bears.
Well, okay, they were essentially number 8 in the NFC, which they still had a winning record. Nobody saw that coming. Who did I say was going to be the worst team in the NFL?
Probably the Seahawks.
I didn't say that. I think I said Colts or something. I forget.
I said the Panthers. That wasn't far off.
Well, towards the end, they actually had a pretty good team. They had a shot. So, looking at it now, who do you think who is your Super Bowl favorite? Knowing what we know right now.
Right now, it's still the Niners. It's been the Niners since the playoffs started for me.
You think the Niners?
Yeah.
I'm anxious to see how the Cowboys play today because I feel like if the Cowboys put up a good fight, then the Eagles will have a better shot. But I mean, the Niners are pretty strong. Unfortunately, they knocked us out last week. Although knocking us out of the playoffs is not really saying much.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
Today we got a rematch of the game that never happened between the Bills and Bengals.
Yeah. High
Hopefully,
emotions in that one.
this time it's being played in Buffalo, so hopefully, or not hopefully, there will not be any horrific Cincinnati field injuries this time because that seems to happen more often there. It seems that Cincinnati and New York have like the worst fields because you've heard players speak out about New York's field, both they play the same stadium, and the Bengals field.
Yeah.
And I think it all
Who
just
has the
comes back
worst
to
stadium, the Jets or the Giants?
who has the worst stadium
Yeah,
between
out of
those
the
two.
Jets and the Giants.
The Jets because the fan atmosphere for Giants games is better.
Fair enough.
I
But
mean,
actually, the worst field is the Commanders, and it's
oh
not
yeah,
even close.
everybody knows that the worst field is the Commanders, and actually that whole situation going down there. I mean, Dan Snyder's being told to sell the team. I don't think he's sold it yet. Um, whoever ends up, if he does sell it, whoever ends up buying it is going to have to build a new stadium. They're going to have to do some major work in Washington. But I mean, it's a good opportunity. They could rebrand the entire team. I mean, they are the Commanders now, but honestly, they're not really deep into the run as the Commanders. So if the new owner wanted to change it and do something else, they could. I mean, it's a good opportunity for somebody wanting to stake a claim in an NFL team.
Yeah, including me.
I want your thoughts on something because Roger Goodell talked about something towards the end of the season that I thought was interesting.
Yeah. What did he talk to you about?
Not to me, but he talked to the press about the potential of having a European division in the NFL. What do you think of that?
I'd actually be for it. It would extend the season a little bit, maybe, if we're lucky. Um, and then, we could still say that we are the best team in the world at football. Because, I mean, the U.S. has won every single Super Bowl that's ever been
That's
had,
true.
every single world championship. So,
I think it'll drive the business in, but part of me, okay, so part of me supports the expansion, but part of me thinks, like, what about these teams that nobody cares for? Like, there are teams that don't sell out games. They don't get a lot of fan experience. Like, one of the prime examples up until this year, I'd say, was Jacksonville. Jacksonville did not sell out games. They kind of had, mediocre at best attendance.
they
And
did in 2016.
yeah, but I mean, it was one year wonder. Hopefully, Trevor Lawrence will actually turn the team around. But I mean, for me, I thought for a while there they were prime contenders to be a London team instead and just outright move. I don't know how they would do the transfer of like having to travel back and forth from the UK all the time. Like I don't know how that would work. Like you would have to almost create an entirely separate league. Like you'd have to put
Yeah.
like a good 16 teams over there.
I do think that's going to be the best shot if they had like a 16-team like sister league over there,
Yeah.
and then when the playoffs roll around, you have like their playoffs, and then our winner plays their winner for like the winner of our Super Bowl plays the winner of their whatever they call it,
Mm-hmm.
and then they play for the Super Duper Bowl.
The Super Duper Bowl. There we go. I think honestly the way they would have to do that though, I mean, you have the three wild card teams in each conference. What if let's just say you made two divisions of 8 teams or something? I don't think you could do four. I don't think you could do 14 divisions because that would just add too much. Or maybe you add two. Maybe you add 8 teams in Europe, and then only the division winner makes the playoffs. I mean that could work.
What if we extend it to 68 teams like the NCAA tournament for basketball, and it's every NFL team, and then like the AP top 25 for football, and then just like
EuroLeague.
Anyone else who wants to volunteer. Like you could have like the Chiefs playing Bishop Sycamore in the round of 64, and
so you take the top.
You can just register like your Pop Warner team. You can register like a team like little elementary schoolers to go up against like the Chiefs, or like it can
The
be like a whole
Eagles.
like fan experience. You get a team of like 52 together, like you and your 51 closest friends. You all register to be in the NFL playoffs, and you get shellacked by like some actual team.
It'd be like playing a God Squad in Madden. It is interesting though to think about how the expansion of the NFL could go because I mean obviously you have the European division being talked about. It's been kind of a thing for the last couple of years now. They've been talking about. You've had games being played in Mexico. I wouldn't be surprised if they started playing some games in Canada. I mean, they've
I
started.
think we glossed over my March Madness idea a little too early. I think that has some potential.
A 64 team playoff for football or 68 team playoff for
68.
football.
You got the first four. Because, like, everyone would tune in for the first four. You know, you want to see who the Chiefs are playing. You want to see who, like, the Eagles are playing. You know, you want to see who the first round teams are playing in their little, like, playing game. And so you're watching, like, Bishop Sycamore versus, like, some, like, local neighborhood high school kids. It'd be a fun time.
Honestly, the best version of that idea is take the AP top 32 and put them against the 32 like NFL teams. So like I guess Georgia, since they won the national championship that Georgia won, you would put them against I guess Chicago. You put Georgia against Chicago as kind of 32 versus 33, and then file it all the way back there. So like whoever 32 is, let's just say NC State because against Kansas City or San Francisco or something. It'd be very interesting.
Yes.
I
would watch that.
I don't think I think a college team might get 2 wins out of that.
I mean, that's still pushing it. I mean,
I think Georgia has a chance against Chicago. I think they have a minor chance against Chicago. And then you look for one other team to pull off some sort of miraculous upset.
Well, you see, the problem is, like, all of those guys are kids. Like, you only see them playing against other kids. Like, some of the people you see them playing against don't even, like, go pro, where you're playing against a team of all professionals, all of the best that have gone
pro.
So it's like I think there's a chance, but I don't think we've ever had a college football team that could beat the worst NFL team from that year, except for maybe the Browns when they lost every game.
I'll do you one better. I think I do know a team that could. The Jacksonville Jaguars one year went 1-16, I think, or 1-15. And that was the year the 2019 LSU Tigers just went and destroyed everybody.
They had some good prospects.
I think that that half of their NFL roster is still in the playoffs. It's crazy. So I think that 2019 LSU team could knock off maybe like the 3 or 4 worst teams in the NFL from that year, but other than that, I don't think so. But that LSU team was just built different. I mean, their entire defense has 3 starting corners, 2 starting safeties, I think 2 or 3 linebackers and 3 linemen. And then the offense, every single lineman plus their backups got drafted. Their 2 top receivers are 2 of the best 5 in the game. And Joe Burrow's a top 3 quarterback.
Top 3 quarterback, that's pretty bold.
Is it?
I mean, you got Allen, you got Mahomes. They're obviously in the conversation.
Yeah, those are the 2. Who else are you gonna put above Burrow right now?
I mean, it's tough, but like there are some people you could put above them. Obviously, the prime MVP candidate Tua Tagovailoa comes to mind.
Sorry, but
you could throw
Tua's not over
Mitch
Burrow.
Trubisky above him.
Yeah,
Peterman.
That's true.
Derek Carr. Mike Glennon.
Derek Carr.
Trace McSorley.
Colt McCoy.
Brock Purdy, the GOAT. I really do want the Niners to win this year so that Purdy can get like a leg up on trying to get as many rings as Tom Brady, so we can say that Tom Brady was not the GOAT.
If we're going to see someone get a leg up on Brady, I really hope it's Mahomes.
Well, the problem is Mahomes lost the Super Bowl to Brady.
But yeah, it's true. I don't think Purdy doesn't have the skill set Mahomes has. I mean, I'd be perfectly
okay.
But I think honestly, Mahomes has the skill set already to be called like one of the most talented, if not the most talented quarterback of all time in terms of like
Yeah, I mean,
raw physical.
he's got to pay Tua for that, but I mean, you can make a conversation with both of them.
Him and Josh Allen are on just a different level of athleticism for quarterbacks and like combined arm and running abilities. Like Mahomes' scramble is kind of funny because he looks like a little hopeless kid running around there against some of the defensive linemen and stuff, just like juking out of sacks. I mean, he's not the flashiest runner. It kind of looks goofy, but he's a good runner. I mean, you saw what the loss of his running ability did yesterday in that game against the Jaguars.
All right, I'm gonna make what may be a hot take here.
Uh-oh.
Mahomes is on an entirely different level than Josh Allen. It's not close. Mahomes is better than Allen, and anyone who thinks otherwise is wrong.
I partially agree.
Like, I just feel like Mahomes has, adequate arm strength. You could make a case that Josh Allen has more, but like Mahomes has plenty. He's not over there like Tua, like lobbing the ball 30 yards downfield. Um, Mahomes is more mobile in my opinion.
Ooh, no, I disagree. I disagree there. I think Josh Allen's running ability would scare defenses a lot more than Mahomes.
Well, then you're ignorant. All right, next conversation.
I'd give the arm and like overall playmaking to Mahomes, but in terms of like running, so running, I think Allen is probably better. Arm strength, Allen got the edge by a little bit, but Allen's a lot more turnover prone, and Mahomes seems to have been better in clutch situations. So for now, Mahomes is definitely better. He's the best quarterback in the NFL right now.
Yeah, he's the best quarterback in NFL history.
Yeah, I can see.
Ryan Tannehill, of course.
Talent-wise, yes.
Yeah, Ryan Tannehill has a slight edge on him, but at the end of Mahomes' career, he might catch him.
I think Mahomes is probably he'll be in the Super Bowl this year. I feel like I don't think Buffalo or Cincinnati is gonna beat the Chiefs, even if it is at a neutral site. I don't see either one of them winning.
What if Jacksonville beats them?
That game's already over.
What if the Dolphins beat them?
Next year, it won't matter.
No, what if the Dolphins show up? Like they found out that
the Bills
all
cheated.
The Bills players were doping in the game against Miami, and so the Bills get disqualified and they ship in Miami to play against the Bengals, and then Miami gets the revenge game for Tua from week 4, and then we go and play against the Chiefs, and then Mahomes dies in a car crash on the way to the stadium, so they have to start Chad Henne or whatever his name is, and then Henne throws 7 picks, and Miami wins that game, and then what are you gonna do? Then Mahomes isn't in the Super Bowl. It's that simple.
Just no. No.
That's my realistic prediction for how the rest of the playoffs are gonna go. And then Miami will win the Super Bowl by default because
against who?
There will be no eligible NFC team to play against them because all the games will end in a tie and they'll go to overtime and they'll play overtime rules and nobody will score and the games will just keep going on forever. So by default, Miami will be the only team left standing.
Okay. Now we'll get back to the real world.
The real world?
Have a proposition for basketball.
Okay.
Fouls are.
Did you get my street ball comment in the start of this video? Was that part of it?
Fouls in basketball and free throws are annoying, and so I think I have a solution to this.
You didn't answer my question.
What?
Did you get my street ball comment in the start of this episode? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Because the people need to know that.
I think that free throws are just a waste of time. They're not entertaining.
Not at all.
So, instead, I think, based on how bad the foul is, you call it
power play.
Exactly, power play. Take the player off the court and make him play 4v5 for 30 seconds, one possession. That'll encourage teams to stop fouling and just play the game.
Well, teams don't want to foul unless it's the end of the game and they're trying to save clock. Like, there's more strategy that goes into having free throws than your power play scenario. Like,
All I'm saying is games should not be decided by free throws.
game should.
No.
It promotes teams to play better. Work on their free throw percentage. Like, you don't like when you're at the end of the game and it's like a tie game or it's like a 1-point game.
I'm not talking about that. If it's a 1-point game at the end and fouls are at the end of it, so be it. Who cares? The game is close and you fell just short. I'm talking about when there's a disparity of free throws of 29. That is not right, and it should be investigated. I will stand by it.
Someone is salty over there.
You do realize if free throws were even throughout the game, State would have won that game by almost 20 points.
If free throws were even. But, sometimes you just got to play smarter. Don't foul.
Well, at least I won't have to deal with Chapel Hill winning or going to the national championship game this year. They may get all those calls against State, but they're not going to get them against like Kansas or something.
Someone is very salty.
Our best player is hurt. We had 15 fouls a half compared to y'all's like 4. There was some fishy stuff going on in that game. And I do think the flagrant...
You can't just say that every time your team loses something fishy's going on, Carter.
I don't. If we play bad, I just, whatever. State literally outshot Chapel Hill from everywhere. There was not a single spot on the court that Chapel Hill shot better.
Have you fact-checked that?
Yes, I have. We shot 2 points better from the field, 3 points better from 3, and we were 100% from free throws. Y'all were like 36 for 39.
Yeah, but that's very different from outshooting us at every spot on the court. Like, there's a big difference between those two things. So,
field goals, 3-pointers, and free throw percentage, we shot better in.
Yes, but that's not every single spot on the court. You're saying that if I picked any random spot on the court, then you would have shot better from there. Like if I picked 2 feet from the basket on the right side.
I'm about to say, the only spot that Chapel Hill shot better than us from was literally at layups because our players are short.
I mean, Burns is bigger than Baycott. I think it's Burns.
Yeah, but for some reason Burns
is bigger than our big.
Yeah, but for some reason Burns will go shoot like 10-foot fadeaway jumpers and hit them instead. I don't understand that. Yeah. He's a special case.
So get your team to work on shot selections.
I don't know. It bugs me that many fouls are called for one side and not the other.
There were fouls on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, but the only foul anyone's going to contest against Chapel Hill was that flagrant 2 that should have been a flagrant 1.
I mean, there were some bad calls on both sides of the ball. There were some really ticky-tack calls that could have gone uncalled for both sides, but it is how it is. The game played out as it did. So.
Bad game. But, did get an update on Smith. He is day-to-day. He's not out for the rest of the season. All the MRIs came back negative, so that was good. And I'll give props to Leaky Black because he actually reached out and talked to Smith after the game. Yeah, so at least he cared.
Players have character.
At least he cared.
Yeah. Carolina's built on its character.
I'm not going to get into detail on that. I'm not. Moving on. Actually, it's been a bad season for the ACC as a whole in basketball.
Clemson's doing pretty good.
Clemson's all right, and I think Virginia's all right, but I think that's about it.
Clemson and Alabama have a higher win percentage in basketball than they did in football this year.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Alabama too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Alabama was like AP4 a few weeks ago.
I saw that Kansas lost to TCU. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, they got absolutely smacked.
That sucks. That sucks for
They
us
got
because it
20
makes
point
our
game or
it
something.
makes our loss versus Kansas look worse. Honestly, though, State and Chapel Hill both should be NCAA like tournament teams at the end of the season.
I can make that argument for UNC. No, State will get into it. I'm just messing with you.
I'm about to
State
say.
has enough quad one wins to get in.
Well, you know, I mean, if we don't get 40 fouls called against us a game, then we're fine. We shot great. I mean, State looked good for most of the offense. Our offense looked all right, apart from a couple missed layups and dumb shot selections. But that's normal for every team. But I mean, I wish we could just play every game like we played Duke that one time because that was awesome.
That was a good game.
Have you been watching any hockey recently?
Nope. I've been doing school.
Hockey's been getting pretty interesting. The Canes' 11-game
Yeah.
win streak came to an end. That was sad. We've been losing a couple games now, which is kind of sad. Still, though, we're the number 2 team in the NHL.
Yeah.
Boston
I've
actually.
been keeping up. I get the updates whenever a game goes final.
Boston
For the Hurricanes.
Boston right now is on track to finish with the best record in NHL history.
I hate that.
I do too. But you know what? At least it's not the Rangers.
Yeah.
Can't stand the Rangers. Nah, a couple of players got robbed. So the Hurricanes, the NHL does a fan vote, right, for the All-Star game, where you can go vote on the side or vote on Twitter or whatever. And yeah, you're right, it is wrong because the 2 players in the Metro that led in voting did not make the All-Star team.
Loa did not make it, and Sebastian Aho didn't make it. We all know.
Sebastian Aho was not the one I was talking about. You probably don't even know who I'm talking about.
No, because I don't follow hockey.
Yeah, Marty.
I don't follow hockey as much as you do.
Marty Natchez should have been in the All-Star game. I would argue.
Yeah, justice for Marty, man. I mean, you just hate to see it.
I know. Poor Marty. Now, I've been to a couple games. Sat at some pretty good seats. Got to meet some of the players. It was pretty cool. We're almost at the All-Star break, and pretty good season for the Canes so far. Really good season for the Bruins. New Jersey's been really good. Connor McDavid has been setting records. Like, I think he was the fastest player since 2000 to reach 40 goals. You have Stamkos getting his 500th with the Lightning. There's been a lot of stuff going on in hockey land.
There's been a lot going on in golf, too.
Really? I thought golf season started later. Has it already started up?
Preston Renfro became a golf professional.
Oh, yeah. So congratulations on that. Everybody in the chat give him claps.
I'm officially calling out Rory McIlroy. Rory, Roars, I love you, man. If you want to play a match, just let me know. I'll fly you down to North Carolina. And
you're flying down.
I mean, we can play Pinehurst if you want, Roar. We can play Tobacco Road. We can play Wade Hampton. Play Quail Hollow if you want. I mean, up to you, man. I'll take 18 strokes. So you beat me by more than 18. We'll call it a game.
18.
Nah, I would lose by way more than 18 to Rory.
You think so? In one 18 round or 1 18 hole game, you would lose by more than 18.
I need somewhere in the 20s, probably. Actually, I'd probably need close to 30 strokes to beat Rory.
You think so? You think you would lose by 30?
Yes.
So you're saying
I would definitely lose.
He is an average of 1.2 give or take strokes a hole better than you.
I'll even do this. I would lose by more than 20 strokes against the worst PGA Tour player, like currently playing professional golf.
Wow.
Yeah. Like the best of the PGA professionals who like go to the PGA Championship. So like every year, like the PGA and the PGA Tour are two separate things. The PGA has like their little professional events where like all the golf pros go and like play in these tournaments, and the best in each section get to go and play at the PGA Championship. So one of the guys I worked with this past summer, he was one of the top guys. He got to go and play at the PGA Championship,
Mm-hmm.
and I think in the first round, he was 8 over par, and like everyone else in the field was like between 2 and 4 under. So in one round, you have like one of the best on the professional stage going up against the tour stage,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like 12 shots worse. And he
Wow.
could probably beat me by like a good 10 on a good day.
So would you say, so what's 36? You think 36 would be enough to go against the hottest PGA golfer right now?
Absolutely not. I would lose.
You think you would be 2 strokes a hole worse than the best PGA Tour golfer?
I'd be worse than 2 strokes a hole worse. Because they just like are so consistent. It's insane. And also, I'm playing like crap right now. So that's the other part of it. But
Prime Preston Renfro in his prime.
Preston Renfro in his prime may be able to hang within 36 strokes of a tour pro, but it would be really close. Like, the big thing is the tour conditions are so much different than the conditions I usually play.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be so much tougher. So I doubt I could even hang in within 36 even
what
if
if
I'm
you
playing like the best golf of my career.
What if you played on something you're used to? Like if you went to like Reedy Creek against PGA Pro.
No, just doxing me out here. If even then, like the conditions at Reedy Creek are so bad compared to like the PGA Tour.
But they wouldn't even play you.
Like, I would be hitting balls like off the tee to like, okay, so hole one for instance, it's like 396 yards, par 4. I would probably have around 100 yards in to the hole off my tee shot,
mm-hmm.
and the pros would have maybe like 20. Like,
oh wow.
So then they gain like probably a stroke against me off the tee, probably 2 around the green against me. So, I mean, they would take me to the cleaners.
It'd be like me trying to play you, essentially.
I mean, yeah,
except
if
you're
I had the
me
winds
and
of change on my side, I might be able to do something. But
we don't talk about the winds of change, okay?
if I was in my prime with the winds of change, I could put up a fight against the PGA Tour Pro.
The winds of change. I do need to go try again sometime. I've gotten better at mini golf. Like for some reason, my mini golfing skills have actually gone up, but I just can't. My drive is my problem. Like I need to have you work with me on like driving and stuff. Because I mean, my putt's not bad.
With your dad. I can
did.
work with you too.
My drives are terrible. I mean, you remember I was using my 3-wood as my driver because I didn't trust myself with a driver.
Yeah.
I have to go out to Top Golf or Party Shack, or not Party Shack, Drive Shack sometime and work on drives. Definitely don't go to Party Shack and work on drives. They might kick us out of there.
I mean, Party Shack has simulators.
Yeah. I've never really wanted to try and work on it, but it'd be something to try in the future. I got time.
My advice would be don't get addicted to it because it's a very expensive sport to get addicted to.
It's worse than mine.
Yeah, when you're buying 12 golf balls for $60, and when you lose golf balls as much as me, it racks up pretty quick.
See, that's the nice thing about bowling is you only have to pay for the games, and if you do it right, that can end up working out pretty cheap. Then again, my most expensive sporting habit is probably going to these Hurricanes games, and that's not cheap.
Yeah. I think, like, if we get a following, we should do, like,
Preston versus
a series
Carter.
where we play, like, different sports one-on-one against each other, if possible, and then possibly bring in, like, some, like, college-level players, like some collegiate level players to play like a 2-on-2 against us, and just see how bad we lose. Like
Yeah,
entry level versus
amateur versus pro.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we could do that. I don't know. You would have to get them from like Campbell probably, because I don't have too many contacts.
I know a few collegiate people here.
Get some. Well, what? Okay, so the problem with the 1v1 against you is no matter what I do, I'm probably gonna lose. Like, it would have to be something that I'm actually good at and practice.
Swimming.
Because yeah, I would get you in swimming. I would
Swimming
get you,
and bowling.
I would get you in swimming. I would get you in bowling. You would body me in basketball because you're taller. You can't really do 1v1 in football, so there goes my chance there.
Oklahoma drills.
That would actually be interesting because while you do have height on me, I'm bigger, like built more in the.
You have some size on me. I have height on you.
Yeah, I've got size. You got height, and it's not good size though. I need to work on that. So that would be interesting.
We could do like a home run derby type thing. That'd be interesting. I think we'd tie in that. I don't think either of us would get it.
I think it would take one home run to win that. Like that would be just a one-time thing. I mean, obviously you smoke me in golf. Mini golf would be close. I feel like closer than it should be, but you'd still beat me. Only because I've gotten a little bit better at it, and I've actually learned how to play putt decently well.
Tennis would be fun.
Tennis would be fun. That's a sport I'd say I'd have a chance in. I'd have a chance depending on how the day goes with racquetball. I'd have a chance.
Yeah, racquetball's fun.
Soccer, we could do like a penalty. We could do like penalty kicks or a shootout or something like that.
Soccer would be rough for me.
I feel like I'd be all right at soccer. I can get mind games and throw it in there, so that would be all right.
Yeah.
Gotta play to my strengths.
Let's see.
What other sports are there?
Curling would be fun to see.
Hockey,
skeleton, bobsled.
Okay, let's not.
Figure skating, short track, speed skating, skiing, alpine skiing, ski jump, snowboarding, half pipe. All the Winter Olympic sports.
Yeah.
Maybe I can call up my girl Michaela and see if she'll like race us.
Your girl Michaela. Yeah. I mean, hockey would be very.
Who don't know and actually care, for the one of you who actually doesn't know and actually cares, the one person who's watching this, that Michaela is Michaela Schifrin, who I got to meet on one of my internships. So that was super cool. I could get Michael Strahan to come and like do Oklahoma drills against us.
Oh God, no! We would both actually die.
It could be like you versus Strahan and me versus Justin Tuck, and we'll just go at it.
Can I take? I don't know who's worse.
Ooh, we could do hockey shootouts. I could call up Matt Martin. We'll bring him in.
Amateurs try shootout versus like pro goalie. We wouldn't score a single goal, right?
Yeah, I know. I'd be surprised if I could just stay on 2 feet on the ice.
Honestly. Me too. I've done ice skating like I've done skating like one time. It was rough.
Yeah. Yeah, I always thought that'd be interesting to see like at the Olympics if you had like one person who like has never done the sport or has like done it like casually playing against all the pros
just to see how much better they are than the average human. And that's
just
something
like a reality check.
That's something we lose track of in like regular sports.
Yeah.
I mean, when Chad Henne came in the game yesterday, I mean, you think, oh my goodness, the Jaguars are like gonna win this game by 40 now, but Chad Henne is still like a top. We'll say 64 because he's a first backup. We'll say he's still a top 64 quarterback right now in playing shape. Like,
yeah,
you lose track of that. You look at how many quarterbacks are that age that could play. Even these backups in the NFL.
Especially in the Olympics, I feel like is where I really like lose track of it because like I'll be watching like gymnastics or figure skating, something stupid like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not
whoa, something stupid like that.
Not those sports are stupid. I'm just saying like something like stupid was the wrong word. I'm saying like I'll be watching something completely random. Like
there you go. Different.
And I'll be like, I'll see someone do like a triple axel and like land and have to like move their foot back a little bit when they land. I'm like, oh, they're so terrible. Like they couldn't even land a triple axel when like I couldn't like stand on two skates.
Yeah.
Ton of respect for all my Olympic athletes, especially the winter sports out there.
Yeah, those.
I feel like the summer sports are more entertaining, but I feel like the winter sports are harder.
I feel like it depends on where you're from. I mean, the winter teams obviously.
That's North Carolina.
Well, it's more difficult to some people than it is for others. I mean, I would argue that the Summer Olympic Games are probably harder for teams based in Finland and Russia and all that. And then some of these United States teams probably are better built in the summer.
Yes. Well, it's looking like we're coming up on an hour. We had some good discussion today, though.
We're at 40 minutes right now.
Oh, that's right. We got started a little late.
Yeah, we did get started a little bit late.
Oh.
So, final Super Bowl prediction, who's going to make it? I guess there are 6 teams left because we're kind of recording this in the middle of a middle.
You ready for it?
Yep.
Chiefs, Niners win the Super Bowl. Brock Purdy gets his first win, and Jimmy Garoppolo gets his revenge story against the Chiefs for losing that Super Bowl to him.
I bet you can guess who I'm going here.
Definitely not the Niners. If I had to guess, I'd definitely say you're going Chiefs in the AFC. And then I'd say probably you're going to go Eagles in the NFC.
You got one of them right.
I got the Chiefs right, didn't I?
Nope.
Yeah, now that I think about that, it does make sense. I know you're not picking the Niners. And Cowboys are not getting through the Niners and the Eagles.
Okay, so I want to see what plays out today because I feel like the entirety of it. I think today will be a very interesting game. I think it'll be closer than people are giving them credit for because.
You're with Buffalo, I bet.
Yeah, I am. If Cincinnati had put on a stronger showing against the Ravens last week, I would have picked them. And then who knows how hurt Mahomes is on that leg. And even when Mahomes was in there, they didn't look that awe-inspiring to me against the Jaguars. And I'd say the Bills are like pretty substantially better than the Jaguars. Plus, if it's played in a neutral field, I just don't feel like the Chiefs.
It'll be interesting to see, but like Mahomes gets a full week to rest, and he's still Patrick Mahomes. Like, and the Chiefs are still stacked with or without him. Like,
I think the Bills defense is going to be hungry if they make it that far. If they beat the Bengals today, I think the Bills defense will probably play one of the best games they've played.
I don't think they'll really be hungry because they'll probably eat before the game, like to get some energy.
Good
but
point.
They'll probably be like ready to prove themselves and get a name for themselves. So they'll probably be playing determined, I'd say.
Yeah, I don't feel like Kansas City's going to have that. They have not played with that fire under them. Like they did not play inspiring football yesterday, I will say. The Jaguars shot themselves in the foot yesterday one too many times.
Bills last week. Look at the Bills last week. They didn't play inspiring.
But that was
by Miami.
It was a divisional game though. Every divisional game, with the exception of the Seahawks game last week, was close.
Yeah, but that should concern you a little bit. That
it does.
Those games were close.
But the Bills have also played the Dolphins 3 times. I mean, there's something to be said about playing a division rival versus playing somebody you don't play normally. I feel like Mike McDaniel has a game plan specifically set for the Bills that he's tried before and knows probably works. You saw the same thing with Cincinnati and Baltimore. You really think Cincinnati's only going to win by 7 points against somebody with the same record that's not in their division? Let's just say Baltimore. Yes. Let's just say Cincinnati played Miami. You really think Cincinnati only wins that game by 7?
Yes.
I don't think so. I think the divisional stress.
I think Miami wins it by 7, actually.
I think the divisional stress adds something, but we'll see today.
I think if Miami played any other team but the Bills, they would have won.
I think the Bengals would have gotten them.
I don't know. I feel like it would have been a revenge game, a lot of high emotions playing against the team that can cuss their quarterback.
Yeah. With Skylar Thompson, though, no. You guys could have beat the Jaguars.
Thompson played good.
He did all right. He did. His receivers just didn't catch.
Disrespect.
Yeah.
Skylar Thompson. If you're going to disrespect someone, disrespect Waddle and Hill.
Well, yeah, Waddle and Hill played a bad game. No, and then Jacksonville yesterday, Christian Kirk had a couple drops that really could have won them that game. I mean, the Jaguars yesterday against the Chiefs really just lost it themselves because they had like 2 drop picks that should have been like easy interceptions.
It was
Kirk,
Trevor Lawrence's first loss on Saturday.
Kirk dropped like a 65-yard pass that would have put them up. And then the fumble at the end. The only bad play that I wouldn't put blame on the Jaguars for was Lawrence's pick in the fourth. Because I mean you're playing down 10 with like no time left. You have to make something happen. And corner just made a good read on it. I mean he went up like that and got it. So what can you do? But yeah, Jaguars played great. The comeback against the Chargers was awesome to watch. And I'm a big supporter of Justin Herbert, but it was kind of funny to see the Chargers charger themselves. And Brandon Staley is still their head coach. So they will continue to either get bounced from the playoffs in the first round or not make them. As for my Eagles pick, I feel like the Eagles are probably the only team in the NFC that can stop the Niners' rushing attack. And while Brock Purdy has been great, he has not played a team that's defended the run well. Today will be his first real test against a tough running defense, and we'll see if that makes a difference. If he throws all over Dallas because they can't run, then
I think you're forgetting about his games at Iowa State. He played some good run defenses when he was playing at Iowa State.
But like we touched on earlier.
Actually, I have no way of knowing that. I just kind of pulled that out of nowhere.
Well, I mean that's the Big Ten, isn't it? And Big Ten is notorious for having good defenses.
I just like to make things harder for you.
Watch it be Big 12 and me be wrong. It's one of the two. One of the Big 22. We'll call it that. I think though this is Purdy's toughest game so far.
I think his toughest game was against the Dolphins.
I thought Garoppolo played that one.
No, he got injured on like the first play of the game.
Oh.
But
I think
Purdy's debut.
I think the Eagles will stop the run, and Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Brock Purdy, so that will lift them over the top barely. And honestly, I think the Eagles are probably the most complete team. They win the Super Bowl.
Interesting.
So we both have NFC teams winning it.
Yeah. Although at the start of the year, I would have definitely said AFC.
Yeah. Well, even now, I mean, it's hard because the AFC has three teams that all 3 of them that are left have a realistic shot. I say only 2 of the NFC teams do. I think Dallas would take a miracle to win.
I'd agree.
But yeah, I mean that's just about what we have time for today.
I would agree.
Glad we got to touch up on some stuff here. We'll try to get one about the All-Star break and try to get some of that. We have the Pro Bowl games coming up with Peyton and Eli coaching. And I think I saw Pete Davidson and Snoop Dogg are doing something with that. That'll be hilarious, I'm sure.
They're the Pro Bowl game captains. I guess they'll be playing in all like the dodgeball and like long drive and
that'll be cool.
Flag football. It'd be cool to see him play flag football against those guys.
Definitely will. I'll try to get like a video, or we'll try to get a video of like a reaction to the new Pro Bowl game since that's something new this year.
That's my reaction.
I'm gonna try to focus up on some more stuff. I think baseball starts in a little while, doesn't it?
Spring training.
Basketball season in the NBA. I think all I know is Luka's been pretty good, and I think LeBron James is about.
All I know is the NBA is a joke.
And I think LeBron James is about to have the most points of all time. Cool. I'll have to follow that up a little bit more. There was the most likely final match between Messi and Ronaldo. That was all right. But yeah, that's what we have time for today. Thank you guys for watching. Click like and subscribe. And yeah.
Or don't. I mean, I really don't care if you do or not.
I'm sure. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Peace.
See ya.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. Click here to see another video that YouTube thinks you should watch, and click here to subscribe to our channel.